Alright, welcome to Outer Worlds. This is going to be things I wish I knew before I got too far into the game. Companions. Ellie, Felix. You get those in the Groundbreaker. Ioka on Monarch. Parvati and Victor on Edgewater. And Sam, Roseway. Now, armor-wise, as you can tell, I pretty much have all the armor. So what we're going to do, I'm at level 21, I have 9 more levels. I mean, there may be better armor down the road, but for right now, you'll be able to get this elite troop armor gold pretty quick in the business. Now, you do not have to outfit every single one of your companions. You don't need 4 sets of this elite troop armor gold and 4 advanced helmets. All you need is 2, because when you leave, you can only take 2 companions with you. Alright. And that's it. So you can boost up 2 sets of armor, 2 helmets, and then all you need is to swap them back and forth. Now you can do the same thing with weapons. Now once you get to a point though, some weapons will be better. And I'm going to do this as an example. Let's see. We'll take the officer's spine, and we'll take the assault rifle. Now, each one of your companions. Here, Ellie does 79 melee and 79 ranged. That's with this. But if I switch to the officer's spine, and I give her the assault rifle, she drops down to 56 and 22. Let's go to Felix. Felix does 91 melee damage and 39 ranged. Yeah, 91 melee and 39 ranged. .67 melee, 22 ranged. That's because it's got the setup on it. It's a better, even though that's an assault rifle, and that's an assault rifle, this is an ultra. And this is a regular. Now the weapons so far will tier up. This is basically you're starting out. This is a level 2. Wait a minute. Here we go. Telescopic. So now he's got a 91 using just a regular telescoping staff. Here's a telescoping staff Mark II. And he goes up to 123. So the better, the higher the weapons you get, the better off they become. I'm going to switch that back. I don't want to mess it up. So far, my primary companions that I like to use are Parvati and Nyoka, especially now I'm on Monarch. Now each one gives you different stats. For instance, Parvati gives you 10 engineering. Now you only get 5 perks, I believe. You can't really fill them up. So depending on which one it is, pretty much most of them you're going to put it in to increase your skill. And then you're going to basically go down. You want to increase damage using ranged. The ability, increase damage dealt by them after you use their ability. It's pretty much all the time when you start a fight out, you're going to have them use their ability, and then they'll go into a regular attack. You can set the distance to that they follow you really close, they follow you at a medium distance, or they follow you at a far distance. Whatever your preference is. On weapon, you can have them just do ranged or melee, or you can have them do mixed, and they'll whatever it calls for. And on the modes, you've got passive, which is it only attacks the target that the companions have been explicitly told. So if you have them do a special attack on one target, that's the only. If there's 3 of them, once they finish taking out that one target, they stop fighting. Or you can go defensive. They will attack the target, and then they will continue to fight until combat's over. Or you can go aggressive, which is the always engages and attacks. I pretty much set everything up on defensive. Because there's some things that I'm trying to do. Now, the interesting thing on this game, let's go back to my character here and go to details. You can get what's called flaws. And when you get a flaw, you will get certain things. Like acrophobia. After repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function. One, it's far beneath you. And then if you're really far up, I guess you freak out. I'll be honest with you, I have never I've never had that happen. And it doesn't seem to affect because it says -1 on perception and temperament. All right, but perception and temperament, it only affects you when you're there. Otherwise, because this is how I set it up in the beginning with the attributes, it's not affected. So that is a good perk to take because it only drops it down when you're high up. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've found one spot yet where I've had that kick off. Physical damage weakness, taking too much physical damage. So you get a -25% physical damage when received. There is enough healing stuff in this game, you don't even have to worry about it. And each flaw that you take gives you 1 additional perk. And it's the same thing with the plasma weakness. Now, all the other flaws, if you're playing it on normal, you can only get 3 flaws. If you play it on hard, you can get 4, and if you play it on super hard, you can get 5. Super hard though, if your companion goes down, they die, you lose them, you don't get them back. So it's definitely a must where if you're setting this up, you want to set it for passive mode. Have them attack 1 target at a time. Alright. So to recap on the weapons. So in the beginning, now if you're looking, you're going, well, geez, how did he get so much money? Well, I bought the game when it first came out. It's reminiscent of the Fallout series, which happens to be one of my favorite series. except for 76. I haven't done 76 yet. I don't know if I am. We'll see. But Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, all great games. Of course, in Fallout 4, while it is a good game, I think they kind of went overboard with the... Fallout 3 was great. Fallout New Vegas was great. You had a nice little mixture. You collected stuff, and you still got the Fallout 4. They went way overboard. Now, getting back to this with weapon ways, like I said, and you could do the same thing in the beginning, because like I said, money is, it's kind of hard to get really up. You cannot kick it up. The reason, like I said, the reason I have that so much money is there was a glitch that was found that what you could do is you could fast travel and duplicate whatever you had. So what I did was I set this character up, Captain Jack Sparrow. Found a really good one, and then I sat there and did the duplication glitch with the highest, most expensive object I found. Did it multiple times, got a ton of money. Also set it up so that I had extra just in case. But I didn't in the beginning. I grinded. So like I said, in the beginning, so if you're just playing it, and of course they fix that, like I said, you just do 2 sets of armor. But the trick is, when you do it, so let's look. There is the telescoping staff. Sorry, what I'm supposed to go to Tinker here. Telescoping staff. So in order, that's at level 20. In order to go to level 21, it would cost 62,212 gold pieces, or money. Level 25, to go up to level 26, it's only 13,000. So what you do is you take, like I said, you pick two of the best weapons that you have, and you swap them out. Same, for the weapons. You have a spare one stored, and then you just keep swapping it. You're going out with different companions to swap everything out. So this way, you basically, whatever you've got for money, you can work it up to however high you go. And the same thing with the armor setup. I mean, it gets ridiculous. That was low. That's a low-level hibernation helmet. Level 20 to go to 21 is 197. 213,000. Let's see. Trying to see where is the one that's. Oh, it's in weapons. So the fiver is what you call golden weapons, and not all golden weapons are. Some of the regular stock weapons that you get are better than these. To go to level 24 would cost me 1,264,970 gold. So some of them you want to make sure you take them out. So with the first low level ones on here, you take them up to where you feel comfortable, where you think that you've got it. And then, where is it? Where's assault rifle? So this is you'll get right off the bat, level 15. I got it up. It's up to 15,000. So, and it goes to 64. Once you get it to a point where you're comfortable, you just stop. You don't do it. You grind your money. And then, as you progress along, you'll find the next weapon, which is the Ultra, which does 111 damage at level 25 in comparison to 60 damage at level 15. And it starts out low. It's like 50 gold pieces to, bring it up. And every time you level up, the money keeps going up higher, higher, higher. So here, I will upgrade this to level 26. 1346. Oh, I can't go any higher. Darn it. You can't. want to upgrade that. Not plasma rifle 741. Oh man. Oh, there's the Deadeye. Okay, I won't go any higher than that. I'm not going to spend any more money because on the next level, when I find that the number 2, it'll be better damage at a higher level and cost less to upgrade. So now that's the other thing. If you look at, where is it? All right, so on the first level, you can put 2 modifications in on level 1. On the next level, and this is for basically the rest of the game, you can do 3 modifications. So first level is barrel and sight. On the next level will be barrel, magazine, and sight. So which can give you some additional attacks. Let's see, no, I didn't do that. It's only 2. Okay. Now you'll find modifications. You can pretty much sell most of the ones that you find, and you can keep some of the other ones. I've tried every modification in that I've found in weapons and armor. For the weapons, Speedy Mate barrel, rate of fire 15%, mag type. There's 4 different ones, and then this one I've got on shock, and then the X-Acto sight, which boosts it up and gives you post armor damage. There's the post damage. So what we're going to do is, I'll bring that up to show you. It's a simple scope. Now, there's 3 different scopes. We're going to go over here and we'll talk about the mods now. You've got the mods for all your ranged weapons. Those are barrels, magazines, and if you look, you can see the picture shows the barrel, that shows the magazine, and then the sights. Then you've got armor. Armor mods. This one is armoring, gadget, skill kits, and utilities. And then finally, you've got your melee weapon ones. Now you see how it got, that mod has like a little diamond next to it there. That means when you put that mod on a weapon or weapon armor, it immediately makes it perfect. That means it does less wear and tear. You don't have to repair it as many times. Now, since we're here in the armor, that's the duplication one I used. You can make your melees plasma, shock, corrosive, N-ray, and I don't have any of the other ones. And then you want to be the speed grip, so you make it faster. Faster is better. Now, the reason I don't have corrosive is because I've experimented with corrosive, I've experimented with N-ray, plasma, and shock. Now, you fight a variety of different creatures. You've got the bandits, marauders, outlaws, humans, and they also wear armor themselves. You have robots. You have all sorts of different animals. Now, the N-ray is good because it does area effects. So, and pretty much most of the time you're fighting a minimum of 3. So you get 3 of them, and you one area and you hit one, it affects all three of them. But the only problem with the N-ray is when you put it on your weapon, it lowers the attack. So it makes it lower. That's because it does the area effect. So I don't fool around with the N-ray. Now, corrosive is good against the multiple, but a lot of the animals that you fight are like raptors and stuff that I've discovered. Corrosive doesn't work as well against them. It's kind of a catch-22. In the beginning, when you get in later and like you're working against robots and humans, corrosive works great. So it's kind of a catch. But if you got to kind of set it up. It depends on what you have for money and how you want to play this. So, but going on hey, I'm only doing couple weapons so I can upgrade them and make them the best that they can be. I stay away from corrosive. So now you've got the shock and you've got plasma. Plasma is very effective, pretty much against every humans and animals. It's ineffective against robots. So I just basically I try to do a combination. Ranged weapon as shock, and if I can, I do melee as a plasma, or vice versa. So when you're looking for mods, you want to look for plasmas, you want to look for shocks, you want to look for melees. And the same thing basically applies to your ranged weapons. Now I'm going to be selling that. In the beginning, you want to, when you can't find enough mods, you put what you can. Good to increase critical damage. But every single weapon I put, I do the Speedy Mate barrel. Increase that rate of fire. You can also put a muzzler. Now, if you're trying to do sniping, that's when you're doing singular play, and you're not using your companions, sniper is good to switch over. Because you can go from a distance with the super stoop and just sit there and snipe them, and it's quiet, and it kind of screws them up. They're like, where is he? Where is he? And you can sit there and get shot after shot after shot. That's why I have those for down the road when I switch. Magazine. That doubles your magazine size, which in some cases can be effective. And then you've got, of course, the standards. There's corrosive. There's the N-ray. There's the plasma. There's the shock. So again, depending on, you try to switch them up between shock and plasma in the beginning, and when you get later on, you can switch over to corrosive. And then the 3 different types of sight. There's your standard extended sight, 2x scope, just gives you the scope. There's the super, which is a 6x, and oh boy, that thing really does good. And the one that I put on every weapon until I get to the point where I'm going to be doing the sniping, and then I use the 6x scope. This one, which gives you the 2x sight and gives you post-armor damage dealt. Extremely gives you that little extra added boost. And then finally, armor. Every single piece of armor you get, you want to put physical armor rating. It adds 3 to it. I haven't found a single set of armor, even when it says factory armor, this increases it. And then later on, you'll find once you get to a certain point, you've leveled up enough, you'll actually get armor rating of 5. Now, gadgets. Out of all the gadgets, there's a couple different gadgets. I put this on my own equipment that I'm using for fighting. So when your health drops too low, the mod makes you temporarily invulnerable and increases your regeneration for a short time. Of course, it has a cooldown. Gives you a little bit of set. Now, there are other ones that I have tried. Let's see. Where is it? See, that'll make your, armor perfect. No, where is the gadget that I had? Eh. Gadget. Well, there's other gadgets, but that's the only one that I use. I put that on all the armor. And then we have skill kits. Now, the skill kits are good for. Let's go over here. You've got several different skill kits. You've got the Hunter kit, which when you put it on, it'll increase ranged weapons. Then you have your Silver Tongue, which increases your dialogues skills by 5 and gives you leadership skills. Then you got your Tech kit, which increases tech skills. Then you got the Thug kit, which increases melee weapons. Alright. So, I have set up, now, I have the setup, we're going to go really quick here out of this. So, whoops. So I can show you. So depending on what the inventory is, I'm going to go into skills. So here's my tech. 50, 60, and 60. I have 80 here because Peretti gives me the bonus for that. Let's say I want to increase that tech up. So the first level here is tech skill helmet with 5. There's the, you're going to find suit, you're going to find different things. That gives you a skill bonus of tech skills of 5, and then you add that skill kit and gives you another 5. So, oops, right, I'll make sure I don't mess them up. All right, so, now I've put them on. Tech skill on the suit, tech skill. Let's go into my techs. See, hibernation, sketchy, low pressure, and that. So it goes from 50 to 75, 60 to 85, 60 to 105. And let's see, I need to boost up my dialogue here. So we go back in. So in dialogue, here is the dialogue skills with the Silver Tongue kit. Put that in. And depending on what I need to do, there's one that increases Intimidate by 5, Lie, and Persuade. So we'll start out with Intimidate. So it goes from 43 to 68 for Intimidate because of the hat and the control kit. Lie, again with the armor and Silver Tongue. And then there is 76 for the Persuade. But, oh wait, I need Lie. So, let's boost Lie up. There it is at 71. Persuade is at 76. I'll put the nice hat on. And now it's at 90. And the same applies. So there's Hack, Hack for head, Hack with the tech set. There is lockpicking, stealth, and tech. Now, unfortunately, stealth does not. There is no, I have not found one. I don't remember if I find it later, if you can find it later on. There is no mod to increase your stealth. It's either increase the tech, increase the dialogue, increase the ranged, or increase melee and defense. But I haven't really found anything for stealth, so. So those are the kits. So if you find them, you put them aside. Now let's go into utilities. Utility is the last one. You're going to find a whole bunch of different utilities. Geographical scanner, which will highlight items. You put that on your own equipment. You want to set one item in the beginning. Throw this to increase your carrying capacity. This one actually does work, but I don't really use it as much, but I have it for backup to try it later on. And let's see, and then there's like the volume of reduce your footsteps, which for the most case, like I said, you don't really need it. So to recap on armor, you can pretty much put the critical damage and stuff, you find it, throw it on the battles, give you a little bit of edge in the beginning. Once you get to a certain point, all you're looking for is speedy mate to increase rate of fire. Okay, maybe throw a couple of those for later on, unless you're going running on a sniper build. Couple of the mag sizes there, and then shock, plasma. You could sell those. I wouldn't even bother with them. And corrosive for later down the road. The 3 sights. This is the one you primarily want right there. That's what you're looking for. In the beginning, like I said, you'll get this one almost right off the bat. You'll find these. Throw it on. It'll help you out in the beginning, and once you find that, you can switch it. And then the super scope. And then armor-wise, always pick up the toughened. Look for this to put on your armor. And then always look for this, all the seal kits, so that way you can set up your own armor and have an armor set up to increase to put it on. And then lastly on melee, you're looking for the attack speed, shock, and plasma. That's a little different. So, no, I haven't done that here. That's a gold. That's a gold. Okay, here. The Victor's good. So his ranged weapon is shock, and his melee is plasma. So shock and plasma. And we're going to go to mine. What am I carrying? Okay. That's kind of my sniper rifle right there for right now. So that's plasma. I'm using this. This is not really, handguns kind of switch it out. This is probably one of the best that I've found so far. It works really well. And then, of course, the 2 plasma rifles, 2.0s. Shock, plasma. So, if I'm running against, say, creatures, I can switch and I can use the plasma rifle. If I run into robots, I use the shock. I can also switch and use the handguns. But it also depends on what you have for ammo. Deadeye uses heavy. The gun uses light. And these 2 use energy. So you want to have a mixture. You don't want to have 4 energy weapons because if you're using them and you're swapping your weapons back and forth, you'll run out of the energy. So I usually run around light if I need to kick them. All right, what else we got here? All right, so that talks about. Okay, so we've done weapons, we've done armor. Let's see. Food. Now, Adreno. I have not bought any Adreno. Actually, I just sold it. Just picking it up. I had like 175 of these things. I never bought any Adreno. You're going to find this all over the place. So you don't have to buy it. That's your primary setup in your inhaler. Heals your health over 2 seconds. You can use it. Using the perks, you can boost up your consumables. Typically what I do is I will put one that'll give me a base health of 25%, increase my health. Here, and we will. Let's go to details. Where the hell is it? I think health is 1051. No. There it is. Duh. Oh, okay. I need some coffee. So this has increased it by 25%. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait here. So, typically what I'll do is not only with the Adreno, which automatically equips, you can find anything that says 200 natural, 200% natural health regeneration. The mock apples, which you will get right in the beginning, and they respawn. All you need to do is go around. They're on the ground. You pick them up at Edgewater, at the deserters camp. Pick them all up, go to a bed, sleep for a day, go back, and typically they'll respawn. Pick them all up. Only problem is they weigh 30. So, but once you get enough of them, you store them, put them in. Then I also do the base. I'm not going to get into all the different types of things you can get, but typically there is like 15 lasts for 15 seconds. That one's, the Adrenos are 2, that's why they give you so many. But on the different things that you can get, and there's like a ton of them, usually goes 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 20, 20 seconds, 30. There's a minute. I've got one that'll give me a minute and 30, minute and 30 seconds. So 1 minute lasts 1 minute. You want to carry around at least this when you drink this. If you look at it, and all the alcohol does this, it increases your personality attributes by +1. And again, whatever you can find, you use. You just want. You typically only carry about 3 of them. Keep the weight down, because you don't really use these as much. There's only certain situations where you're going to use them. This increases your body attributes by 1. And this one increases your mind attributes. Now, what does that mean? So you drink the alcohol, it increases your charm and your temperament by 1. don't care about the temperament, but the charm goes up to high. And on good, it goes average, good, high, and then very high. When you drink that alcohol, it boosts up to high, and it gives you, if you look at what it does, it gives you a 10% positive faction reputation. Which means is just before you complete a quest, or we're just going to call them quests, and you're going to get the reputation, you drink that, and it boosts to 20%, and it gives you an extra little boost for your reputation. Now, if you're playing as for good, if you're playing negative, doesn't really matter. But some of these, once you get it up to 100%, see on Cleo, that's 39. Now, I did this for all of them before. It only gave me, finishing that off, that's a Roseway one. I was only at, I think 30%. By using the alcohol, it gave me an extra 9%, which gives it a little bit better. Now at 100, that's 25%. It's vendor prices. That includes the machines. See, 39 is 5. 50 is 15%. And at 100, basically reduces, so it costs you less to buy stuff. Mind and body. So, you drink the mind one, it goes from high to very high. And what it does, if you look, you see to the right, it gives you affected skills. So when you go drink a mind, it increases long guns, persuade, hack, medical science, determination. So if you need that one little bit of extra boost to hack something or persuade someone, you can drink the mind and it'll increase it up. The body, oh, and then that's for intelligence. For perception, lockpick, engineering, it'll give you that little extra boost in that. And then the body, for dexterity, which will boost up to good, gives you that extra little thing in sneak and lockpick. So there's a couple doors that are 100 for lockpicking. There's a chest on Scalia that I found that you need 100 lockpicking. I actually wasn't ready. I got to go back and open that chest. But on Monarch, there's this one door. You can either go find the key or you can lockpick it. Now, you want to lockpick everything that you can because it gives you more experience points. At least until you get to 30, because then at 30 you stop leveling. So, using my lockpick armor and helmet and picking companion that boosts my lockpicking skills up, it gets my lockpicking to 99. So then I drink that and it boosts it up to 100 and then I can kick it in. So, all the other stuff, there's, like I said, there is a ton of things. We'll go over here. I kind of just keep them and I store them just in case I want to. Ranged weapon, increase your ranged weapon. Here's movement speed attack and weapon attack speed. If you're fighting, if you're having a problem fighting something, like say a Manticore Queen, you can take this and increase your movement and weapon attack speed. How about increasing your critical damage and a bonus to extra headshot by another, that lasts 15 seconds. And by the way, so you take one, there's 15 seconds. You take two, there's 30 seconds. You take three, there's 45 seconds. The time stacks. companion ability cooldown rates. So you could take this, use your companion ability, take this, and next thing you know, they're ready to go even quicker. So, but like I said, playing on any difficulty then other than super hard, which is where I used a lot of these to give me that little bit of setup. Here's a tactical time, recharge rate, boosted up by 50%. I don't use them. I don't really use them a lot. So, but basically you do want to carry around any kind of alcohol to boost your one personality up, your mind, or your body and your mind. Okay, let's see. That's armor. That's weapons. That's the mods. There's the food. All right, what else here? Well, we talked about just doing one set of armor, or two sets of armor, two sets of weapons, and just boosting it between each one of your characters in the beginning. Talked about which ones would be good. I'm going to end it on this one. Now, all these skill points, perks. So it's like every other one, you get a perk. And then when you take a flaw, now you want to be careful with the flaws because if you tick the wrong one, you can actually get your stats to go into the negatives. Makes it a little bit harder. And they pop up randomly. You never know when you're going to get it. You need 11 perks to get down to tier 3. But the very first perk that you get, you want to take deadly demonstrations. Right off the get-go, you just take deadly demonstrations. And then you have your companions do the fighting for you. You will have Parvati right in the beginning with you. Go through the main storyline until you get Parvati. And then once you get her, then you start leveling up. And once you get this, you get your first perk, you put it in there. It really works. So you have at Edgewater, underneath the landing pad, there is a mega sprout. If you kill it, you get like 2,000. I'm estimating. You get, say, 2,000 experience points. If you have Peretti kill it and you have this perk, you get 3,500. Helps you level up a lot quicker. Next one, sprinting. You definitely want the sprint. That helps out a lot. Let's see. Me, I would go the 50% XP from companion kills. Sprint for the second perk. Add my carrying capacity up. Increase your time dilation meter max. And then when you get on down here, as soon as you hit level 2, you want to take this one, pack meals. So you get an additional 40. It really boosts it up a lot. I've not taken consumer weight. The only thing that does is, so that weighs 30. When you do it, it drops it in half. It'll drop down to 0.15. This will drop down to 50. This will drop down to 10. This will drop down to 5. So it's like, I haven't taken it yet. because I don't really carry too many consumables. And as soon as you got your 11 points in there, or 10 points, and you open up tier 3, the first one you want to take is this, Armor Master. This will double your skill points and increase armor rating. But it's the skill point that you want. So we go to Parvati. And in her perks here, increase it by 10 when she's in your party. With that perk, it boosts it to 20. Yeah. So you definitely 11 points into here, and then you want to take that one as your very first perk. Second one is when you do it for your inhaler. So if your companions are fighting, because you're sending your companions to do everything because you get more experience points, if they go down, hit your inhaler, whoop, they pop back up. But here's the kicker. In the ship, I'm going to go over here. All your skill points, all your perks, you can respec them using this. The first respec will cost you 500. And then the price keeps getting higher and higher as you respec. So, even if you mess up, you can respec this. You mess up your skills here, you can respec your skills. What you cannot respec is your attributes. This is not a bad setup, but if I was going to redo this, I actually would have went I would have taken strength and knocked it to below average and put the extra point into charm. So it would be below average, average, high, high, high. Playing it as the game itself in the very beginning. Or, let's see, leave it below, strength below average, dexterity average, intelligence high, good, good. No, I would make that high. Yeah. Looking at the stats and knowing what I know and how I play it, yes, make that high. Because it affects persuade, lie, intimidate, hack, science, and inspiration. Strength is one hand. Now, unless you're going, I don't use melee weapons, so I don't use melee weapons. I don't use melee. I don't use the heavy weapons. I don't block. There's inspiration and intimidate. So, but you can counteract that with the bonuses and everything else. So that's the only drawback. That's the only one that's a negative by dropping that down. But again, like I said, so you stick the points into that. And that's another thing. Inspiration, you want to get up to 60 because you get also another bonus, companion skill bonus to player skills. But by putting in a charm, it'll give you a 20% positive faction reputation. Unfortunately, also, if you make a mistake, it gives you 20 negative faction reputation. But it'll increase. Actually, you know what? Duh. No, it won't do it because I just realized strength is inspiration, but if you put this on harm, there's inspiration right there, so it'll balance it out. Woof. Okay. I might have to do another player just to do that to see. But the thing is, it'll increase your persuade, lie, intimidate, hack. You're gonna you know, there's some hacking, but you definitely persuade, lie, and intimidate. You're doing a lot of those skill checks. And science increases plasma and shock damage. And when you get to level 60, corrosive damage. And Enray. Alright. So actually, you know what? I think I'm going to start a new game, run those attributes and see if they cancel out each other or if they how it works. Alright, so there you go. Things that I wish I knew. I hope it helps, and everybody have a great rest of the day.